What's up, everybody? This is Just Fresh.
And this is Monty Bush.
And this is episode 7 of the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to be discussing Daniel Bryan facing Roman Reigns at Fastlane.
We're going to be talking about Bobby Lashley versus The Miz.
Sting putting people in body bags on AEW Dynamite.
And are you a heel if you embrace your culture?
That's a good question, man. We're going to be talking about that and so much more coming at you guys now on the Jabroni Bros episode 7. Booyah! All right, man. So you ready to get the show started, Bush?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's start, man. All right, so what's up, everybody? This is Just Fresh with the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. I'm here with my brother, Monty Bush.
AKA a beautiful man.
The most beautiful man in pro wrestling.
Woo!
This is episode 7 of the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast, guys.
Yeah, man. It's moving along. It's moving along quite well, too.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about some of the things that's new with us this week. What's new in your world, Bush?
For me, just, music as usual. Dropped a song today on my Instagram.
What's that song called?
It's actually called Shotgun. It's a pretty heavy song, and it's off of my album Bush Can Cook, which I have not put out yet.
Okay.
I last night, I don't know, I felt the urge or the need to put something out for that particular project, but I didn't want it on streaming devices yet, like Spotify or Apple.
Uh-huh.
But I just wanted to let people know, yo, here's what to expect. Here's what to expect on this album.
Now, is there any particular message in this song that you felt that was like, I needed to get this out at this very moment for any reason?
You know what? I was watching something on the 14th Amendment with Will Smith and a bunch of different actors that are on there. And it was breaking down, how the 14th Amendment helped out Black America.
You want to describe exactly what the 14th Amendment is?
Man, okay. So the 14th Amendment it's there's a lot to it. There's a whole lot to it.
Okay.
But I'll just put it like this, very simply.
Put it in very simple terms for us.
If without the 14th Amendment, you wouldn't even have a lot of interracial dating.
Okay.
Like they try to use segregation to separate themselves from the 14th Amendment. Like, okay, yeah, we're equal, but we're equal but we're different.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So really, we're not equal. That's what separation was doing. And the 14th Amendment kind of brings everything together.
Gotcha.
And when I saw that, it's something in my mind just triggered me to this one particular song I have, Shotgun. And I was like, yo, I got to drop something.
Did you record this a while ago, and you were just waiting for the right time to drop it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I recorded this back, I want to say, back in 2020, at around July.
Okay. Oh.
So if that
I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? You're trying to, if you tie all that together, and it does tie together with me being an actual sous chef. So there's a story to it.
Gotcha, brother.
There's a story. So yeah, I did that, and next month got a song with Planet Asia.
There we go.
Dropping with my man Black D for Airbnb 2.
There you go.
So yeah,
okay. Making progress, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. What about you though?
Man, if I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, it's really just been about this podcast for me, and just really, honestly, that's one of the coolest things about starting this podcast is I feel like it's really opened me up, and I'm trying completely new things that I was not ever really seen myself doing, like even video production. So example, if you guys are watching this on YouTube right now, it's most likely because I figured out some way how to edit all this stuff. If it's not me doing it, Bush got my back. But for the most part, man, I'm producing the whole show.
Yeah.
And
this is all him.
Yeah.
This is all
from the
him.
Sound equipment to the lighting to the backdrop. This is actually my photo booth backdrop. So if you guys aren't aware, I am a professional DJ and MC. I also have a photo booth along with my company. It's called Just Fresh Entertainment. And for those that know me from the b-boy scene, it's essentially just a continuation of me throwing jams, but now I'm pretty much hosting parties and weddings. And so when I'm not doing podcasting, I'm figuring out ways that I can make people's weddings spectacular and, you know, taking it to the next level. So yeah, this has been like a whole new experience for me, and just learning how to edit videos, edit audio, and just have some fun on camera with, you know, one of my longtime friends, dude. I've known you for what, like at least 20 years now. So
yeah, at least,
you know, from being like competitive b-boys to being crew members to, you know, traveling the world together, you know. So it's like it's kind of dope to have everything come full circle.
We went to freestyle session.
Yeah, dude, we've been to a lot of different places.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's hella true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, you do a lot. Like having to pick up the slack from last week, or pick up the, you know, whatever you couldn't do.
Yeah.
And seeing it firsthand, I was like,
while working full time and having two crazy ass boys at home, you know.
Yeah, man, being
and a lovely fiance.
Yeah,
love you, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's not easy. This shit is not easy.
Yeah, man. You know what else ain't easy? Wrestling. Let's get into the news and rumors for this week, baby.
Woo!
Wow. Okay. So those that been following us on all of our socials, you guys already know about this news. But for those, you know, our regular podcast listeners, we dropped this news. I want to say, what was it, last Wednesday, right before Dynamite, right, or the morning of Wednesday,
the morning
of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Big Show, aka Paul White, has signed with AEW.
Yeah, man. Reportedly unhappy with the WWE, not renewing his contract.
It comes down to business at the end of the day, you know. He was with the company for 22 years, I believe.
God.
And to have to part ways, it had to come down to what do they say, the two things. Bruce Pritchard, he says this all the time, or maybe, I'm sorry, it could be Jim Ross, my bad. Cash or creative. So either getting paid a certain amount of money, or your character is being portrayed in a certain way. And when you think about it, when was the last time that we seen Big Show on camera? It was in the episode of Monday Night Raw. It was Legends Night, and it was when Randy Orton was tearing his ass down, talking about he's a shell of the man that he used to be.
Jesus. And see, I reported that his last major match was, I believe, against Randy Orton.
And that was a hell of a match. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was an incredible match because Big Show, he got reinvigorated. The dude lost a ton of weight. I believe he had some kind of like surgery on his hip, so he was feeling like more nimble, and he felt like he has a lot more to contribute to the business, and he wasn't being properly used. So what do? You go to the competitor, and now this time he's going to be positioned even more in a better position, because now not only is he going to be like on a Legends contract like he was at WWE, he's going to be a commentator.
Yep.
He's going to be a brand ambassador, and he's going to do in-ring. So that way he can still be a locker room leader for these young guys, be able to basically have a black belt in pro wrestling there, you know, and he's, no matter what, how you look at it, everybody knows who Big Show is.
Yeah. I actually heard through one of these other podcasts that a lot of the wrestlers in the back didn't even know that this was going down. Like,
I'm not surprised.
He didn't talk to nobody about it. He didn't say anything. It just, it just happened. And when it did, it shocked everybody.
Are you mad at it though?
Me? No, I'm all for it. I say do.
We don't hate the player, we hate the game around here.
Yo, man, no, you're supposed to do that. You're
Yeah.
supposed to. Look, man, it's business.
At the end of the day, this is all business.
Because I mean, in regular sports, people get traded all the time. Next thing you know, you got to relocate. You know what I mean? So it's all good. Whatever. Shouts to Big Show, bro.
Big shout out to Big Show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another legend, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry,
He's been talking about coming out of retirement. He said he wants to do at least one more match. And I believe he was saying he needs about 6 months to a year.
He said something to that effect. I saw another thing on Instagram basically saying that he wanted to be back in 6 months. He couldn't let Big Show be the only person to go ahead and wrestle in 4 different decades?
He said 4 different decades. That's correct.
Decades, yeah.
He said that Big Show wrestled in 4 different decades. I wrestled in 3. I can't let him have that over me. That's my brother, as close as one that I got in wrestling. I love him. I'm glad he landed somewhere where he feels appreciated, and I'm glad that we can see him get his just due.
And you know what? I'm here for Mark Henry making a return.
Do you not remember that salmon jacket that he was wearing when he turned on John Cena and hit him with the World's Strongest Slam?
Yo,
that was the last time he so-called retired, right?
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Yes, it was.
It was awesome. It was perfect. It was perfect heel Mark Henry. I love it.
That's what's up, right?
Yep.
Man, if we're going to talk about what's up, let's talk about what's up with Devon Dudley. Man, our brother Devon has not been doing so well. We found out on the Table Talk podcast that he suffered a stroke back in November 2020. The story was he said that he woke up at 5:30 in the morning to use the bathroom and he just couldn't feel his legs. Oh. He was suffering from some kind of internal bleeding. They put a stent on the right side of his body and it went straight into the brain. He said, I had to have brain surgery. Instead of them cutting me up, they just ran it straight to his brain to break the blood clot. But he's doing a lot better now, which is most important. And he's in physical therapy, and they're hoping to get him back soon in the WWE as a backstage agent.
Man, shout outs to Devon, bro. Like,
testify.
Yo, I hope he's doing all right, man.
Yeah, man.
That dude, you know what I mean? Me growing up watching ECW, you know, Dudley Boyz they're a staple and one of the dopest tag teams ever. Like,
the Dudley Boyz had such a big influence on pop culture that I remember being at high school and we would have, there would be like, you know, the kids that you just don't mess around with at school. And we had like a group of big ass Samoans at Kennedy. And I remember distinctly there was a day where I seen like one of them pick up and hit another person with a 3D. And it was like the coldest shit.
My God.
And it's like, yo, if you've got my high school going crazy with your finisher move, you have a deep impact on the culture.
Facts.
Devon Dudley, the Dudley Boyz, for what you guys did in WWE, what you did in ECW, yo, those guys,
get the tables.
one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So you guys have our ultimate respect.
Yeah, man. Shouts to Devon, man. I hope you feel better, bro.
Man, we had a loss this week in professional wrestling, and it's one of those sad things, and we don't like to talk about it, but it's important for us to celebrate those that contributed to the business.
Right.
And we lost our brother Josephus, aka Joseph Hudson from the NWA. He went by also the Question Mark, and he was mostly known for his time that he spent with the former WWE talent Damien Sandow.
And yeah, see, I found out about him through Damien Sandow. And once I saw that, and I guess he played a character as Bruiser Brody.
He was Bruiser Brody in Dark Side of the Ring on episode 1.
Yeah.
The original Dark Side of the Ring. He was the actual body double or the character that they used for Bruiser Brody. And he looks just like him.
Well, he definitely played the role and was convincing in that. So
yeah, so rest in peace. You know, our condolences go out to you and your family. Man, let's talk about something a little bit brighter. We found out that A&E is teaming up with WWE to produce 2 new WWE related shows. There will be 8 episodes of the Biography Collection series. It's going to be a 2-hour show that'll chronicle the success of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Macho Man Randy Savage, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, my personal favorite, Bret Hart, the Hitman, Mick Foley, and the Ultimate Warrior. They're also going to be doing another show called Most Wanted Treasure, which will be led by Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. They're going to be hunting for some WWE iconic missing memorabilia, including Kane's original mask, Ric Flair's butterfly robe, and Andre the Giant's passport. What do you think, Bush?
I'm here for it, for all of it. I'm really interested in seeing how they do Macho Man.
Okay.
Just because I know...
the history there?
Yeah, Macho Man was a baseball player, a AAA baseball player. So I wonder if they're going to get into that at all, or his brother...
Lanny Poffo?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, the Poffo family, man. That's actually a pretty big wrestling family.
Yeah.
So the genius Lanny Poffo, he was one of the early 90s wrestlers in WWF. Amazing. He was Damien Sandow before Damien Sandow.
He was.
He was.
And he would hit cartwheels in the ring. And like when you hit him, he would be like, ow! Like, you know what I mean? Like completely different than Macho Man. And that's his brother.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm really interested in that.
What do you think about the second show that they have, the Most Wanted Treasure, man? They're trying to find Andre the Giant's passport.
I want to see Andre the Giant's passport. I would like to see what that looks like.
Right.
That's going to be interesting to see what other artifacts or memorabilia that they're looking for that they end up finding. Possibly end up at Pawn Stars.
It sounds like a pretty fun show, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, now from one giant to another, Big Cass is back. Well, kind of, sort of. He made his pro wrestling return this past weekend at Lariato Pro Wrestling in Georgia, which is ran by Big Luke Gallows from the Good Brothers. He came back out, and he was with Hernandez from Impact Wrestling to stop. I guess Enzo Amore was in ring getting beat down. But yeah, it looks like they're reuniting.
I mean, you know what? Shout outs to what's his name, Lou Gallows.
Yeah, big LG.
That was a good sign. You know what I mean? Like that's a good person to pick up. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. You know, it made news. Now we'll see what happens from here, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I have my own personal feelings on Big Cass. But yeah, shout out to Lou Gallows for signing. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, I think that we could possibly see him in like Impact Wrestling because I mean that's where Lou Gallows is at. And I mean the ring itself was an Impact Plus ring, so clearly they have some kind of connection with the company.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. So from one big thing to another, let's talk about the largest recruit class that we found out. We had a ton of new signings to WWE that were announced from the Performance Center. We had new talent such as Rick Steiner's son, Bronson Rex Steiner, also Taya Valkyrie from Impact Wrestling, who is the wife of John Morrison, Eli Drake, who is now known as LA Knight. We've seen him on NXT Vengeance Day. Parker Bordeaux, one of our favorite guys, our new guys who actually gave us some love on Twitter, gave us the follow back. We're rocking with Parker. Shout outs. He's a former offensive lineman for University of Central Florida, by the way.
And my man looks insane.
Right?
He looks insane.
He's got the look already down, and Paul Heyman already gave him the cosign.
Oh, he's a Heyman guy?
Yeah. Heyman already was like, yo, he's the next big thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay. Dope.
And light-skinned brother, Christian Casanova. We see you, brother.
That name alone spells money.
Yep. We with it.
Yo, that name, yo, that's a name right there. Yeah, that guy's going places in life.
All right. So how about we talk about, let's get straight into our review of Monday Night Raw.
All right, let's see what's going on here. So
the show opens with John Morrison in the ring, welcoming the Miz out for a new episode of Miz TV.
Yeah. Now, it's the championship edition, right?
Yes, the championship edition. This is the first time we've seen Miz as the WWE champion in 10 years. So this is a big deal. So he's going down his accomplishments, talking about all the things that he's done. Meanwhile, we see MVP and Bobby Lashley come out. Oh, now, MVP and Bobby Lashley was looking real clean. Did you see Bobby Lashley's suit? He looked kind of like Mark Henry with that salmon on.
I saw the suit, but what I was really... Yo, the camera can't get that close to Bobby Lashley's face, though. Because
I know what you're going to say.
Yo, I didn't know if it was drawn on.
It's tattooed.
Is it tattooed?
Bobby Lashley has tattooed eyebrows.
Yo, my man's a cholo. Yo, that's a cholo right there. Yo.
That's a chola move.
That's a chola move. Yeah, that is. That's a chola move. Excuse me. That is a chola move. But see, I didn't know. So
I never noticed that either.
I saw it and was like, is that? Nah, that can't. Now that it's confirmed.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Bobby Lashley is Panamanian. You know, I mean, his real name is Roberto. So maybe it's all coming together, man. Okay, it's all coming together.
It all makes sense, and I rock with him because of the fact that I sent Larry, my man, Just Fresh. I sent Just Fresh this picture of Zeus next to Bobby Lashley. And I don't know if that's what he's going for, but it really reminded me of that.
He's working the gimmick.
Yeah, he's working the gimmick.
Shout out to episode 5.
Okay, let me shut up. Let me get back to this.
All right, so this is a pretty great segment, and honestly, this laid the foundation for the rest of the night. So Lashley he grabs Miz by the shirt. He tells him, "You have 1 hour to give me the match. If not, Miz will be the star of a new show called How Lashley Sent Me to the Emergency Room."
Yeah, that was Lashley was spitting some bars.
Yeah, big bars, man.
What did he tell him with that thing? He was like, it was gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, yo.
I was with it, man. All right, so let's keep it going with Lashley, man, because he was the highlight of the night for me.
He was.
Fast forward 1 hour, we see Adam Pearce in the ring. He tells Miz that he needs to make a decision. Miz comes out and he says, "I've made a decision.
Yeah.
I need more time."
And then, Braun. Are we gonna drop right into that?
Yeah, man. Braun jumped. That was when Braun Strowman, his music hit, and he demands a match, saying that he's a former Universal Champion, and that because of that, he should have been in the match in the first place.
And then here came Shane McMahon.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, my man came out. He was like, whoa, let's just cool down.
Let's cool this out a little bit.
Calm down. Then he came out, basically told Braun Strowman, yeah, you're a Universal Champion.
That's not the same as the WWE Champion.
And he was like, well, you know what? This sucks. You suck. This whole thing sucks.
Yeah, and he said, Braun said that he'll fight Lashley instead. And Shane is pretty much saying like, yeah, I'm interested, man. Let's book the match. Yeah. And if Braun can beat Bobby Lashley, he'll be added to the match versus Miz next week, and it'll be a triple threat.
Right. And it went down. Braun turned his back. He was like, yo, man, that's like the smartest thing you ever said. As soon as he said that, Lashley came through with them eyebrows and knocked him down, and that was it. You know what I mean?
Now, we're going to get into what actually happened in that match a little bit later, but let's talk about a couple other matches throughout the night that I was really feeling, man. Did you see Riddle versus John Morrison?
I did watch that, and okay, first off, Riddle, his entrance is everything to me.
It's great, man. Did you before the match, did you see how he was backstage on the scooter and he was with Lucha House Party?
You know what? I did not see
Okay,
that.
so he rolls up, and he's got the United States Championship across his chest. And he's like, yeah, man, this is my new Eagle, man, and I'm going to call him Travis. And so the whole time, so he's at Lucha House Party, they're congratulating him, and they're like, and he's like, yeah, bro, and he's thinking they're talking about, like, goddamn Call of Duty. He's talking about, we're out the gulag and all this shit. Like, they're trying to get props for the United States Championship, man. But honestly, man, let's talk about the match. I thought they worked great together, and this was kind of a replay of what we saw at Elimination Chamber, but more so with just those two really getting the time to shine. And they are a good match for each other.
Now, in ring, they look like they've been doing it for a long time. It was a good match. It was a good way to basically open up everything.
Yeah, that was the first actual match of the night, and we clearly see that they're giving Riddle the ball right now. They want to see what they can actually do with the guy. And even with this being in the I don't even like to call it the pandemic era, but that's the best way to describe it. With no actual fans in attendance, I can only imagine his reception that he's going to get at WrestleMania when we have some real fans in attendance for the show.
Shout outs to John Morrison. We know you injured yourself or hurt yourself on one of your spots.
Was it his knee?
It was his knee. He had posted on Twitter the thing that he was trying to do versus what happened. It wasn't really a botch because he did get it. He pulled it off, but I mean, he hurt his knee. I don't know exactly how long he's going to be out, but yo, man, props to you.
Man, speaking of somebody that was kind of out, man, let's talk about Randy Orton. What the hell was that about?
Man, I don't know. Randy, he's back there.
He said he was done with The Fiend. And then next thing we know, we saw them cut to a little screen where it was...
But The Fiend ain't done with him.
Yeah, man.
That's how drugs work.
No, he's still fiending. He fiended for some more.
That's how drugs work, bro.
But we saw Alexa Bliss. She was in the little pentagram thing, doing her little whatever that little demonic shit that was.
Yeah, she's playing the perfect crazy white chick for sure right now.
She looks like she was made for this role.
She's killing it too. Good for her.
But we see Randy Orton spit up this oil like goo, looking like some fiend.
some
fiend seed. Putting that demon seed in his mouth.
All in your mouth. All in your mouth.
Yeah, but I don't know. What the hell is that, man?
I don't even know. Like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know. That's very Papa Shango-ish.
Very, very much so. That was some throwback, like, early 90s wrestling shit, man. And I'm not mad at it.
No, it's cool. Whatever. We'll see what happens. I mean, The Fiend is he coming back? Is he dead? Is Alexa Bliss?
They're dragging the shit onto WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're hella gonna drag that on.
Yeah. AJ Styles with Omos versus Ricochet. Now, we've seen this match before, but these guys, they know how to work together well.
But Ricochet knows how to work with a lot of people well.
So does AJ Styles.
I mean, they both do. I mean, AJ Styles is good at what he does.
Yes, he's the... Y'all know I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. AJ Styles is a modern-day Shawn Michaels to me. That guy can literally work with anyone, make it believable, and whether they're a big, giant guy to someone small or someone that's, equally sized like him, like a Ricochet. These guys worked phenomenal in this match.
It just sucks that Ricochet has not gotten the push that I think he deserves.
Bro, he's been done for like a year. Ever since he got destroyed by Brock Lesnar at Superstar Showdown last year, they have not given him like no real run.
No run.
And it's kind of frustrating. But I think, you know what? He's been showing a more he's like an arrogant role online. I think they're going to turn him heel where he's just like, fuck it.
Good. it's about time. That needs to happen. It needs to happen. Something needs to happen for Ricochet.
Yeah, he needs to flip that switch to where he's like, yo, I'm tired of getting all these losses.
Yeah.
So let's talk about really what happened at post-match. We saw Omos get in the ring, and he grabs Ricochet up like a goddamn rag doll. He just lifts him by the throat. And he's just like there dangling. Like you can see his legs just hanging, man. He just and he just slams him down to the mat, man. That was such a crazy spectacle. Like a visually crazy moment.
It's because Omos is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, yo,
huge Nigerian brother.
Yeah, if he grabs anybody up, it's a wrap. Like, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Yeah, Omos is huge. I can't wait to see that guy finally get in the ring or do a heel turn or do a turn against AJ Styles or join or something.
I think they need to just give him time, make sure he doesn't end up looking like a Nigerian Great Khali.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Don't overexpose him. Just slow burn. But he's eventually going to get his time in the ring.
We don't need a giant Gonzalez situation.
Nope.
We don't need that.
Then let's talk about the big giant that we do have still left in the WWE. Braun Strowman, the main event match versus Bobby Lashley for the #1 contenders.
Catch these hands.
Miz walks down to watch the match. Mm-hmm. But what do you think of the match overall? I thought this was a really quick and powerful showcase overall for Bobby Lashley.
Basically the same thing. I was very shocked that they let Bobby Lashley do what he did. Not saying that he can't do it.
Yes.
I mean, physically, look at him. The dude's a monster himself. It's kind of weird. It felt like two heels going against each other in the main event.
Yeah.
To face another heel. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I feel like, okay, so I get what you're saying with that, but I also feel like they're giving Bobby Lashley that the gray level heel.
That's what it is.
Because the Hurt Business in general has been so over the whole year. Everybody that I know, at least in that are my cool friends in wrestling, everybody loves the Hurt Business.
Of course.
So finally we're seeing them get the ball, and this is the biggest person that they have in the group. They're positioning him well, and they want to see him, take it. And I think this is the perfect time. And plus, we don't know what's going on with Drew McIntyre, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
He wasn't there at all on Monday Night Raw, but I assume that this upcoming Monday night he'll be there and he's going to get some kind of payback. I could see him costing Bobby Lashley that match and it turning into some sort of like triple threat match at Fastlane or potentially it being like that at WrestleMania, whatever it may be. But I ultimately see Bobby Lashley getting that WWE Championship soon and him being in the match at WrestleMania versus Drew McIntyre because Drew ain't backing down.
No, and that's actually a good match. I think that's a great match.
Even though we've seen it before?
Yeah.
But they're at different places now.
The stakes are higher.
Most definitely.
The stakes are higher, and you'll actually be able to see Drew McIntyre with a crowd at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So that way he's going to get his real moment.
Now we'll see. Yeah.
This is to make up for last year.
Yeah, this is his moment. And Lashley gets the push. So that's dope. And Miz still got a push out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking the ball and running with it and making you annoyed and pissing everyone off, which is what The Miz does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's beneficial for everyone involved.
It worked. It's working out perfectly.
All right, let's give it a grade. What do you think of Monday Night Raw overall?
Overall, I'd give it a B minus.
B minus?
B minus. I'm not mad at it. It was cool. There was a couple of things where I was like, all right, yeah. I guess the Ricochet thing and yeah, basically, yeah.
This is one of those rare weeks where I was feeling Monday Night Raw, man. I'm not gonna give it. I give it a solid B.
Okay.
I was really into the Bobby Lashley storyline, and I think that it's important to if you're gonna build somebody, make that the story for the whole show, and that's what it was. And they put him over strong. He was standing there victorious at the end of the night with the damn championship belt in the air, telegraphing what we can look to in the future, and I was loving it.
I guess the reason why I gave it the grade I did was because certain select things stood out like they were obvious, but there was another show that just
blew it away.
No,
I feel you, and we're gonna get into that next. All right, and we're back. So we're gonna be talking about that better show Now let's talk about the Wednesday Night Wars a little bit, man.
The Wednesday Night Wars.
When it comes down to it, every Wednesday I have that tough decision. What am I going to decide to watch first? Now, this week, for me, this was, you know what? With all the buzz that we had with the whole Paul White going to AEW,
Yep.
it was impossible for me not to choose to watch them first. What did you end up watching first?
I watched AEW.
As did I.
And you know what? There was a lot of reasons on top of Paul White. I watched it because I saw a lot of Instagram clips that were like, yo, this captured my, you know what I mean, my attention more than the other Wednesday night show.
Yeah.
That's not to say I didn't watch the other one. I'm just saying what I watched first.
So to keep it real, the only reason why I had to watch NXT was like, okay, I need to know what's going on with the Adam Cole storyline. And other than that, everybody that was in the wrestling community was on fire about AEW with the whole Big Show thing. And I just need to know more details about that. So that's where I was drawn to. So let's get into the show. Mm-hmm. Do you want to go match for match, or do you just want to talk about the matches that you really loved?
I just want to, you know what? Let's talk about the matches that we loved. Not to discredit the other ones that happened, because the other matches that were supposed to be squash matches or whatever, those matches turned out to be dope as hell too.
I'm going to say this. Last week, I said that AEW only had 2 matches that I was really into. This week, I enjoyed every single match on the show.
Yeah, every single match was dope.
Every match on the show I enjoyed.
I really want to see Varsity Blondes get a push, man.
Yeah, Brian Pillman Jr.'s team, right?
Dude, they were so tight to me.
Okay, so they had a match with Team Taz. That was Brian Cage and Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
And for me, I just looked at that as just a showcase for Team Taz. But what did you like about the Varsity Blondes?
I like their in-ring work. I like how they work together. I didn't see any botches or anything like that.
And they're a very young team.
Yeah, and this was my very first time watching them, and I thought for sure this was just going to be a squash match to show, Team Taz or whatever. And it turned out to be an actual exciting match that caught my attention, and I wanted more.
Yeah.
I want to see them more. I don't know, maybe against FTR or somebody else down the line.
Yeah, they have all the tools to be a pretty good tag team, and especially at their age, I was impressed with them as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the big thing for me was what happened post-match. So we see a video playing on the screen.
I watched this part with my son.
Yeah, and I know Izzy loved this.
Yeah, he went crazy
because this is his boy. We see a scene where there's a car dragging a body bag in the desert. The driver is later shown to be Sting, and then he unzips the body bag, and it's Darby Allin in the body bag.
Yes, I watched this with my son.
And he is a beautiful young man.
Yes, he is. Takes after his beautiful father.
And then in the actual arena, Sting's music hits, and he's seen dragging a body bag into the entrance ramp. The announcers are playing it up that it's Darby, but it's later revealed that it's actually Hook from Team Taz, Taz's son.
Taz's son in the body bag.
Now, Taz was on commentary, and he runs out, and he's like, yo, what the hell are you doing to my son, man? Hey, you know. And then Sting, he points out to the rafters, and we see Darby Allin pulling an old school Shawn Michaels. You feel me?
Yes.
Coming down with the zip line.
Coming down the zip line, got the skateboard in hand at that. And as soon as he hits the ring, you know what I mean? Lets one of them have it, let the other one have it, takes off his stuff, and then Sting basically gets some revenge back on what's that?
Team Taz?
Yeah, on that brick, Brian Cage. He hits him. He hits him with his finisher.
The Scorpion Death Drop?
Dude, I always forget the name of that.
Oh, no, he did the Stinger Splash in the corner.
That's right.
That shit had me hyped.
Right.
That had me hyped, bro. Oh, man. After seeing that, we can really tell that Sting is ready to be in ring.
Yeah.
It'd be different if it was like someone and he was kind of moving kind of slow. Like, okay, so for example, Kurt Angle.
Right.
When he was having his whole retirement run, we could see he clearly lost a step, and he just was not at that level that we were known for Kurt Angle. But Sting was moving mad fluid.
Yeah, Sting was on point. He looked very comfortable.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't look like an old man trying to
he looks ready.
Days.
I'm really looking forward to that street fight that they're gonna have, man, at Revolution.
Yeah, me too. Especially because now it tied in Darby and Sting. It tied in that one promo tied
that
in.
Connected them. Okay,
I
see it.
It was so dope too.
Dude, another really big moment of the night for me was Jake Hager and Brandon Cutler. Did you see that match?
Jake Hager. You know what? I missed that match.
But did you see the highlights or at least what happened?
Yes.
Okay, so to sum it up, Brandon Cutler got his ass whooped, and then post-match we see Inner Circle come out and they beat up Cutler even more.
Yeah.
And then the Young Bucks come out to make the save.
Yep.
And they pan back to the backstage area and we see MJF and Jericho whooping Papa Buck's ass. Like,
he got blood all over his face.
Yeah, man. Like, and you know what? I found out some actual news that Papa Buck, he really wanted to be cut open the hard way, and he was actually pissed off that they had to make him that he used fake blood. But he's like, no, I want them to cut me, and I want to really bleed on this.
This guy is a G.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he's like, yo, if we're gonna do the gimmick, we're gonna do it all the way.
Because earlier in the day, they're walking by. The Young Bucks are showing mom and dad the pictures of them on the trucks.
Like, hey, check it out, guys. Like, it's our faces on the truck. Like, hey, you know.
Taking pictures. And then MJF and Chris Jericho, they go and, beat up the dad, smear blood all over the pictures.
Can you imagine somebody whooping your ass and then like slamming your own face into your children's
oh my god. The disrespect.
The disrespect was at an all-time high.
They hit the pose on him.
You
know what I mean? Hit the pose on him. It was like, come on, let's go, let's get out of here.
Young Bucks go to chase after him, and then Inner Circle pull off in the SUV, man. Yo, wrestling parking lots are dangerous, bro.
Yo, man, ever since this pandemic closed, you know what I mean? People getting kidnapped, bloodied outside. What's up with the Good Brothers jumping into the back of the
the hospital the hospital what is
the ambulance?
Yes, the ambulance.
I was like, yo, man, that's my dad. Why are you jumping in?
Oh,
but man. Yeah, no, I did see that part, and I loved every minute of it.
I loved it too, man.
And Chris Jericho and MJF. MJF is probably the best heel in the business.
Yeah, he does it right, man.
Yeah.
He's fully committed to the gimmick. And if we're going to talk about somebody that's fully committed to the gimmick, let's also talk about the women's match that they had on Dynamite. It was Dr. Britt Baker,
MD,
with Rebel versus Nyla Rose. Yo, Britt Baker is on another level with her character, man. So not only is she a real life dentist, but she's a kick-ass wrestler, man.
Yeah, she's dope. They should be. Personally, that's who should have the belt.
Yeah. She's more entertaining than Hikaru Shida. But I think she got injured last time they had a match or something. Or I think that was when she was getting positioned to be the women's champion, but then her nose got broken. And I think that's what really slowed down her progress.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But let's talk about Nyla Rose in this match. Yo, this is the best women's match that I've seen AEW do.
Yeah.
I'd say at least in the last year.
Yeah, it was a really good match overall. Even when Britt Baker leaves the ring, and you think she's leaving the entire arena.
she walked into the stands, and she was getting counted out. and I thought it was over. I was like, okay, she's just gonna take the L, but nope, she came
right back in, and then
psychology was on point.
Yeah,
but this whole time, I think that we're seeing Nyla Rose being positioned as like this badass babyface. Yeah. Because she was like fighting, she was overcoming the odds, had to deal with both Britt Baker and Rebel the whole time. And, I believe they were targeting her left arm or something.
Yo, they kept doing that. She kept doing this, the trying to get the finisher on her with the glove. Put it, her fingers
like
in
the
her
mandible claw joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she hit her with that powerbomb, I thought her knees gave out.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
That looked real. I don't know if that was real or not.
Yeah, because she does her finisher looks just like the Batista bomb, where it's like a sit out power bomb. Mm-hmm. But it's called the Beast Bomb, but it's fire. Yeah, that was one of the best matches of the night for me, and Nyla got the win, and I loved it, man.
No, I was okay with it. I was fine with the win. I felt like, damn, this should have been a finals match.
Yeah,
because
it was the semifinals.
It felt really good. It was a good match, man. Overall,
I think the next match that they're having is, I want to say, Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose, and that's going to be fire.
I'm looking forward to it.
Something that I was really looking forward to was the main event: Lance Archer versus Rey Fenix. Two guys that have been killing it on Dynamite.
I like their backstage promo. He was like,
where they just started fighting.
Yo, you're the worst. You're the worst partner I ever. Oh, I'm the worst. Okay, boom.
I'm gonna show you the worst. Though, right?
I was feeling that. Good match overall. Probably the best match of the night on the show. Lance Archer was keeping up with Rey Fenix.
And Lance Archer's a huge man to be able to even keep up with someone like that.
And that's what I mean, because...
Pause.
Yeah, good pause. Rey Fenix, if you guys haven't seen him yet, this man is the hot tag.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the
king
tag.
of the hot tag. But you know what? This time it was great because instead of being the hot tag god, he had to just go singles.
Yep.
And he had to kind of showcase the same thing. So pretty much the same fire that he shows in these tag team matches with his brother, but actually just doing it on his own, and he still brought it. I don't know what it is about this guy, but I am deeply drawn to his matches. I'm extremely entertained by his matches, and I just want more of this dude.
Yeah, and then Lance Archer, man, as big as this dude is, he can run. He can go. He has the same fast-paced ability to keep up with basically...
With the luchador.
Yeah, to keep up with a luchador.
Yeah.
And finally, for me, Jake the Snake played a part in this.
Uh-huh.
And,
we saw Rey Fénix hit the flip over him.
Well, not only that, before that, he pushed him off the rope or tripped him up.
Yes.
Then he hit the flip on him over Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake is like 6'4", 6'5". He's not a small guy.
Yeah, he's a very tall guy.
So for Rey Fénix to jump over him and hit this diving, I don't know, Larry, I don't know what you want to call it, but he hits...
It's like kind of like a front flip senton kind of thing.
Yeah, and he hits... Lance. Lance is what? How tall is that dude?
I want to say 6'8" or 6'10" or something like that.
That's a big guy.
Yeah, like Braun Strowman tall.
And and overall, both of them were walking on the ropes.
Yo, Fénix did that running on the ropes and did like a jumping kick, right?
Right to his temple or whatever.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's tight, man. Like, if you guys haven't seen this match, I suggest to go back and watch this.
If you watch one match on Dynamite, watch that match.
That match is
we sat there and started watching it again before we started recording.
Yeah,
and it's like, it was hard to stop it.
And this is the reason why it was hard for me to watch other matches during the week.
Right? Because they set the bar so high.
Yeah, the whole AEW.
And I mean, like, entertainment wise, sportsmanship during the match, athleticism, to see all these things in this match. It's like, it's going to be tough to compare.
Didn't AEW win a bunch of awards this week?
Yeah, the Wrestling Observer News Awards.
Yeah, yes. they won a bunch of them.
John Moxley won Wrestler of the Year. Best match of the year was, I believe, Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page.
Tony Khan got
Promoter of the Year. Yeah. There was a few different things on there, and there was a lot of controversy with that list, though. People are on Dave Meltzer's ass about that.
And see, here's the thing. AEW this week lived up to that list for me.
I hear you.
To me, they lived up to that list.
Yeah.
So go watch this week's AEW. You won't be disappointed.
You won't be at all. Something that I wasn't disappointed in was... I hate to jump ship like that, but it's NXT, baby. I loved NXT this week, too.
NXT's first match, off the bat.
Dexter Loomis versus Johnny Gargano.
I was instantly hooked.
Right?
That match is underrated.
That was a hell of a way to start off a show.
Hell yeah, it was. This is my first time seeing Dexter Loomis.
Yeah, so we've only seen, or since you've been, actually with the pod, we've only seen him in, backstage segments or him, he
kidnapping.
He ethered Austin Theory.
Ethered.
But other than that, this is so to see him in ring, man. He really has this slow, methodical kind of pace with things. He reminds me kind of of Kane.
Yeah, he does. He does remind me of Kane. When I was watching this match, I was like, "Yo, he would be perfect to face the monsters in
of yesteryear, of the Attitude Era monsters."
Yes, easily.
Yes,
he would be perfect for the. Against the Brood or something like that.
Yeah, dude. Against Undertaker back then. Against Mankind back then.
Yeah.
Yo,
he would be perfect against Mankind.
Yeah.
And with his character, how he's built, it's perfect.
Yes.
And Johnny Gargano is dope.
Yo, that dude's the MVP of NXT.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, yo, man, give my man the title. I know he got a title, but give my man the title.
Give him back the NXT main championship, man.
Yeah, man, give him the title, bro.
Let's talk about how intrigued that Indy Hartwell and Austin Theory were by Dexter Loomis.
Yo, that was...
Indy Hartwell looked like she was in love with the man.
Yeah, she wouldn't stop looking at her. She was like, oh my God. And he was looking at her like, you're my next victim. And she was like, I am your next victim.
She loved it.
Yeah, it was great. And everybody around the ring was like, yo, wake up, fool. What's wrong with you? And this dude is dope, man. Oh my God, he's so tight.
I like Dexter Loomis a lot, man.
Yeah, it was a great match.
So there was a moment where Austin Theory had the opportunity to hit Loomis in the head with a steel chair, but he hesitates. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And that ends up costing Johnny Gargano the match because we see him put him in a sleeper hold and literally he passes out.
He starts petting him. He starts to pet his head. After he puts him to sleep, he's just sitting there rubbing his head really like grossly, and it's like, yes, my prey is done.
My pretty.
You know what I mean? It was so dope. That guy's the truth. That guy's the truth.
If we're gonna talk about people that are truth, man, we gotta talk about my boy Malcolm Bivens, man. Week by week, I love. The more they show this guy, he always shows improved. Did you see that backstage segment where Leon Ruff, he was in the trainer's room, and then like out of nowhere, we see Malcolm Bivens. He's crouching in the background, and he rises up like
he just rises up out of nowhere.
He rises up out of the blue like Ezel on Friday.
Well, hello. Yo, I have a victim.
He's like, oh, you seem to be recovered, and you're cleared from that match that you had with Kushida last week. How about you have a match with my client Tyler Rust?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. Just Fresh showed me. He showed me. He was like, you have to see this. So I saw it, and I was like, okay, now I understand about this guy.
This guy's hilarious.
He gets in the ring. He's perfect on the mic. He's a character in himself.
You know what? Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
That's where he's going.
With the wordplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A modern day Bobby the Brain Heenan. Because he's in that complete manager role.
Yeah, when he was like, yeah, he's like the son I never had and never wanted. When he said that, I was like, yo, okay, I like this guy.
So before the match can even get started, Leon Ruff, he's going out there, he's doing an entrance, and then we see Isaiah Swerve Scott hits him with like a drive-by dropkick, man, and just whoops his ass.
Yo, Swerve is like, imagine a crump dancer that just has weight, like that just can't win, and he's upset. Like
and he wants to fight the judges.
Yeah, that's him. Swerve is upset, bro. I like him though.
Yeah, I really like what they showcased here, and he's really going full out heel. And he basically tears Leon up. He suplexes him into the ring post, and then we see that he can't compete. And then Tyler Rust and Malcolm Bivens, they're just like, oh, I guess that means we won then, right? And they're just celebrating.
And Rust is like, yeah, look at me, I'm beautiful. Yeah, I win, and he didn't even do anything. It was perfect. Yeah, and Bivens, Bivens raises his hand like,
yeah, hey, we gotta win.
We gotta win. A win's a win.
Man, if we're gonna talk about somebody winning, my favorite guy, Cameron Grimes, straight to the moon.
Straight to the moon.
He was on fire on NXT, man.
So for some reason, this man decided to watch a Ted DiBiase clip of him.
The infamous clip.
Yeah, where he
challenges a young boy to bounce a basketball 10 times.
And he's like, if you can bounce this ball 10 times, I'll give you
$1,000. Yeah.
And so he doesn't finish watching it, right? He's just like, oh, okay, this kid's gonna mess up. So he goes to somebody randomly.
A random backstage guy.
He's like, yo, I got this basketball here. You know what I mean? Try to bounce this ball 10 times, and I'll give you $1,000 of my own money.
And he's like, yeah, you mean like the Ted DiBiase clip? He's like, yeah,
just like that.
But yeah, dude does it, and it does it no problem.
So
and Grimes is hella confused. He's like, yo, why the hell didn't this work? But that's what happens when you don't watch the whole clip.
He does this one more time to a female athlete.
Yeah, and so this time he said, all right, I've watched the whole thing. I get it. And
I watched the whole thing.
This time it's the same deal. So the woman, she accepts the challenge, and she stands up, and we realize that she's taller than Cameron Grimes.
And she got, yo, catch these hands.
Right?
Because she grips his basketball like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. Straight banana hands.
And she starts dribbling, and then this fool gets ready to kick the ball out of her hand.
And she crossed his ass over.
She put a cross on him, dribbled behind her back. And she was like, I think you owe me something. He's like looking around like, he gives her, $1,000.
And he's pissed. Before the next guy, he says, that damn Ted DiBiase, you ain't smarter than Cameron Grimes. This ain't over. This ain't over.
He suddenly picks a beef with Ted DiBiase from like 1988.
He's speaking with a man that don't wrestle at all no more. Oh man! Finally, we see him. He challenges another random person in the parking lot, and as soon as the guy goes for the first bounce, he's like, "All right, screw this." Cameron Grimes just snuffed his ass. And says, "Ted DiBiase, you can kiss my grits. Money can buy you happiness."
Throws the money in the air anyways, all over the ground, and walks off.
Yo, either way, the guy won, man. Yo, we all won by having Cameron Grimes in our life, dude. I loved those segments, that really carried the show for me for NXT, man.
That was pretty funny. I liked it. It was good. The fact that he was beefing with Ted DiBiase and Ted DiBiase is nowhere to be found is hilarious. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about Io Shirai and Zoe, or do you just want to talk about how bad Zoe's outfit is?
Yo, she looks like a creative wrestler on WWE 2K20. It's really bad. We're not gonna go too much in on her. Let's talk about Killian Dane and Drake Maverick versus Grizzled Young Veterans, man. Did you get a chance to watch that match?
You know what? I did. I finally did. Yes, I did.
All right, so we seen earlier in the night that Grizzled Young Veterans, they attacked Wesley and they broke his hand.
Yeah.
And then Zach Gibson comes out, as he always does, with the heat on the mic. Instant funk off back. And he says, Wesley from MSK has a broken hand. And then James Drake goes on and says, well, Regal's they gave him a hefty fine, but they did it for the good of NXT. Doing whatever they had to do.
The good.
But, man, I love the gimmick that Grizzled Young Veterans has been running with. These guys' tag team chemistry is just on fire, dude. Every match that I see them in, I'm loving. What do you think, man?
Well, I liked Killian Dane and
Drake Maverick?
Drake Maverick, bro.
They're funny.
Yo, they're hilarious.
Their entrance, man.
And they look good. Honestly, man, you're annoying. And the other dude's like, hell yeah, I got a big ass partner finally. You know what I mean? He's like, hell yeah.
With a hairy ass back.
Yeah, and he's jumping on it too. He's like, woo! He's hitting the Shawn Michaels strut in the ring. I got that from him. And it was funny. It was a good match. It's hilarious. But it's a great match. It was very entertaining. Yeah, I'd watch that again.
Post-match, we see Killian Dane carrying Drake Maverick to the trainer's room. He's stopped by his former Sanity stablemate, Alexander Wolf. He looks at Dane and says, you used to be a monster. Now look at you. Do you think that we could eventually see Dane joining Imperium?
Well, I mean, there is something.
Wait and see.
There is something to this storyline. Yeah. There's something coming.
Because you think they're gonna have a match next, man?
It's possible. I think Drake Maverick might actually end up
funking with the other dude.
Yeah, he might end up like a how do you put it? One of the Dudley boys.
It's like Spike Dudley.
Yeah. Drake Maverick has a Spike Dudley.
He does.
You know what I mean? He might end up in that position, in that role somewhere.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I would like to see that though, because Drake Maverick is entertaining to watch.
He's hella entertaining.
Yeah, so I'm here for it.
You know what I was here for? The main event, baby. We saw Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar in a no DQ match. I was feeling this match, bro. What did you think, man?
Okay, I liked it to an extent.
Okay.
There's a few things about the match that just kind of like, I guess, rubbed me the wrong way watching it. Because I just kind of felt like, okay, what this match was for me was this big dude versus three cruiserweights.
Yes.
He's trying to get his get back against Escobar for talking trash to him while he was out injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. And, there's a lot of, without the cruiserweights, Legado del Fantasma, without them, I don't know if this match is entertaining.
They really put on.
Yeah, they did.
From the moment that the match started in the actual backstage area, them jumping him, doing whatever they could, and then they slammed the back of the truck on him.
Yeah.
And they finally got the upper hand. They drug his ass out to the actual ringside area.
Again, thrown through the plexiglass.
That was fire. Okay, yeah. that was probably the best segment or the best moment of the match.
There's the table spot.
With the suplex?
The suplex.
Yeah.
Yo, that was really dope. There's when he starts
the power bomb when he picked up Homeboy and then he power bombed him against the plexiglass towards the end.
Yeah, that was
fire too.
That was fire. I kind of feel like his finishing move is backwards.
Yo,
I feel like setup and everything.
Is it not a poor man's version of Will Ospreay's elbow strike that he does? Because that shit looked exactly the same to me. Just like a watered down version of it.
It looks like a bouncer trying to get you out of the club.
And I get he was doing a tick tock time's up, and I get it. He tried to do he wants to have a gimmick thing, kind of like Drew McIntyre does the 3, 2, 1 before the finisher.
Yeah.
Well, I just did that reversed. It's that Trouble in Paradise, baby. You know what I mean? You can be on that vodka, you feel me? but no, honestly, we get what you're doing, but it just, that elbow strike ain't it.
No, I feel like do your whole 3, 2, 1 or whatever. Your time's up and then elbow strike, but then
make that the signature, not the finisher.
Yes, exactly.
I feel
exactly.
I feel
because other than that,
because that suplex joint looks mad strong compared to that,
and it looks like it hurts way more. That looks
make it believable.
Yeah, make it believable. That's all. Other than that, I give it a B. I give the match a B.
Okay. What about the final segment of the night, the Adam Cole match, or not the match, where his in-ring segment where he ends up turning on Roderick Strong?
It was hilarious at the end because he basically.
How did you not see it coming, Roddy?
Yeah, but what's funny, I was referring back to what you said. He was like, "Yo, man, we need to keep the group together because this is all I got.
That's all I got." It's just like Heath Slater with "I got kids." It's like, come on, man, this is the best gimmick I done had before. Yeah. We're talking about Roddy Strong. It's like it's very beneficial for him to keep Undisputed Era up. But Adam Cole's like, "Yo, man,
I'm Adam Cole.
I'm the Justin Timberlake of the NSYNC, bro.
Basically,
either way, I'ma eat."
Yeah. So I mean, he uppercuts him, and he's just like, "You're stupid."
Straight to the nuts.
Yeah. Ain't nothing worse
than
stupid. Yo, man, nothing worse than getting uppercutted in the freaking balls, man.
Shout out to Ric Flair. Yo, it was his birthday this past week as well. So
it was 72.
Shout out OG.
72, right?
Yes. Also Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shout out to Shinsuke, man.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Man, if we're gonna talk about Shinsuke, let's get straight into SmackDown then.
Oh, we're going right in?
Yes,
okay,
man.
Okay.
Segue God.
Facts. Well, Apollo Crews? Or no, do you want to go into the actual...
Let's go straight into Apollo Crews then.
You want to go straight into that? You want to
just come back straight into it.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so as Shinsuke Nakamura, he celebrated a actual birthday this week. He got a birthday beatdown by Apollo Crews, man.
How old are you?
Got the blitz for you, man. You're going to take this many power bombs. Yo, so let's talk about Apollo Crews. So he's been displaying this new attitude, and he's really embracing his Nigerian roots. And he's going full out on this royalty gimmick. Now, why does that mean that means that he's a heel all of a sudden just because he's really representing his culture? What do you think about that, Bush?
You know what? I don't think it's necessarily that they're making him a heel because of his Nigerian roots. Because if you look back, he did, throw steps on Big E's head.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But before that happened, he did that promo backstage saying, "Yo, you understand I'm Nigerian royalty. If you talk to my ancestors like this or to my family like this, we would have your tongues removed." So he's basically showing this is the standard.
Right.
You disrespect me, this is what will happen.
And you know what? I'm still here for it. I don't think how do I put this? I would hope that the average fan would understand just because you're a different ethnicity that you rock with your culture, that you wouldn't be just because you do that, you're not automatically a heel. But that's not the case.
Why is it in WWE anytime somebody fully embraces their culture that makes them a heel? Now, before you go on your thoughts, I'm going to give you a couple examples.
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime somebody embraces their Mexican heritage, such as Legado del Fantasma, that's one example. How about they embrace their Indian heritage, like my man, the Maharaja.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's Indian heritage.
Okay.
Japanese heritage, with Shinsuke Nakamura, when he went full in with the no speak English. And then fourth, the head of the table, representing his Samoan heritage, now all of a sudden he's a heel.
I'll even go with my man Sheamus.
Okay.
Because when Sheamus came in, he was automatically a heel.
On the Irish tip?
Yep, on the Irish tip.
Pause.
Pause. Big pause. Who else? The list.
Why is it that anytime, and that's just modern day wrestling. If we go back into, the 80s wrestling, the 90s wrestling, why is it that WWE automatically makes you a heel once you start really embracing your culture? Isn't that some BS?
I see it, but they also want to, I don't know. There's always an underlying thing right before they start to represent their culture. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Right before they start representing their culture, they do something bad, and then boom, now they're representing their culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because before the modern day ma, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This fool was 3MB.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He was corny. and then he did something bad, and then he started representing his culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same with Apollo Crews. He was a happy, smiley go guy, you know what I mean, whatever, gimmicky dude.
Yeah.
And then he did something bad, and now all of a sudden he represents his culture. Now he did say that, like they would have their, Big E's tongue if you talked about something like that right before the match. But I mean, then you saw what happened, and now he represents his culture.
Got it. So now he's doubling down that he's like, all right, you guys didn't see me in my normal self, so now I got to really show you. Look, basically, me and my Nigerian roots. This is how we did in Nigeria. Right. So if you ain't rocking with this, then I think this might be like kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, if you can't figure out a character that works for you, Apollo, then you're gonna have to leave.
Possible. And you know what?
Now that I think about it,
I think he found it though.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
And I've seen a lot of love on Twitter. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of people from the wrestling community all of a sudden like hella representing this Nigerian stuff. Yeah. Like it's kind of funny how everybody comes out of the woodworks like,
hey, yo, I'm here for it.
Right?
We're here for it. We're here for it. We love it. We love it, Apollo.
Let's talk about the opening of the show, man. We saw Roman Reigns come out, and he was kind of flip-flopping, right? Based on what he was saying from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. So another thing I was really like, what are we doing here? From last week, when he's telling Edge, basically, you have to choose me. I am the main event.
I'm the main event. I'm the Universal Champion.
So then he gets picked. And now he's like, you don't want these problems. You shouldn't pick me. You don't want these problems. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just asked for it. You've been asking for it for the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Now you get it and you're like, you don't want this. You don't want these problems. And then Daniel Bryan comes out, basically tells him that he's a fake champ. Without having to really say that. He's saying people back in the locker room. Jay Uso gets pissed off, defends his cousin.
Yeah. Jumps him.
Yeah, jumps him. And he throws him over the barricade, and Paul Heyman, everybody, they start laughing as they're walking up the ramp, and he's like, it's a disappearing act. I made him disappear. And they're all happy. But then... the
next segment.
He's like, hey, man, my bad, bro. I jumped
overstepped the boundaries, you know what I mean?
But y'all was just celebrating it. So why... And then Edge is in the back, like, hey, why is Daniel Bryan get a title fight? Fool, it doesn't matter. You want to fight Roman at Fastlane instead of WrestleMania? What
it don't matter. You get in the WrestleMania match either way. It don't matter.
So what? Are you afraid of Daniel Bryan?
Right.
What is that about?
You think they could be building maybe a triple threat?
You know what? It's either going to happen with this setup, or it's going to happen on Raw. There's going to be a triple threat, I believe, at WrestleMania somewhere down the line.
Okay.
Because there's no...
one of these matches is not going to be a singles match.
Yeah, one of these matches is not going to be... You can't,
I feel you.
I
want them to keep it Edge versus Roman. Yeah.
Me too. I want that. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
But that's my take on what happened in the beginning of SmackDown.
What about the other matches in the night? Was there anything else that you're really feeling? Because I was digging Chad Gable and Otis versus Rey and Dominic.
I liked it. You know what? This is my first time seeing Otis as a heel. Chad Gable did a great job talking him up. I felt that Mysterio and his son, they work really good together.
Yeah. They
did some really dope rope work back and forth. Dominic really impressed me. He's getting better each week. It's showing.
He has clear potential.
He does. Dude, I really wish he was in NXT.
He needs seasoning.
I wish he was going against Escobar.
Right.
That would be such a dope thing to see.
I was really impressed with Otis again, and did you notice that they're really changing up his moveset?
Yeah.
He doesn't do the caterpillar at all no more.
Nope.
And his finisher now is that he goes to the second rope and he does this big splash.
And it's perfect.
And that looks so impressive.
Especially because it's against Rey Mysterio.
You know what he reminds me of? Like a modern day Vader.
I could see that. They're on that big man hype, on that
but he moves so quick.
Earthquake and Typhoon.
Yeah, man.
Type of deal.
That is a very fast, big man.
There's been fast big men in the past, like Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, that's another example. You know what's going to happen eventually? We're going to see Otis versus Big E.
It's
inevitable.
That has to happen.
It's inevitable.
I would love to see that. I would actually love to see that match. Even heel Otis.
heel Otis versus babyface Big E.
Yeah,
that's for sure going to happen.
I'm down for that. I'm here for that.
Okay, something else that we know for sure is going to happen is Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania.
I'm here for that too. They look like they can't wait.
Right?
They look excited
They look like stars.
Yeah, they both do. Honestly, if it wasn't this match, they would be the best tag team partner, like duo in
it's just a good fit.
Yeah.
This is going to be a history-making match. This is the first time that we've had two black superstars face off for a world title at WrestleMania.
That's dope.
I am 100% here for this.
Yeah, I'm here.
And I think that they will not disappoint.
And you know what? I think that Sasha Banks can play the heel better than anybody. So if she So if she has to, if there's one person
that's going to do it, it'll be Sasha.
Yes. And she can call spots and matches really well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm here for that.
Another match that I was here for was Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn versus the Street Profits.
So I didn't get a chance to really sit and watch this, but I saw clips on Instagram and I found it funny that Corbin and Sami Zayn.
It's the damn paparazzi, man.
Yo, they don't like you. Corbin doesn't like the paparazzis. Sami Zayn is like, yo, just listen to me. And Corbin's just like, man, I hate this guy. And WWE's like, well, it doesn't matter. You're teaming up.
Yeah. And, they work really well together, surprisingly.
That's good. No, that's...
For them to be thrown together as a team, I was impressed with this. Is their second match that they worked together as a tag team.
Good.
Last week, they had the qualifier for the Elimination Chamber. And this week, they looked really well, except for the whole snafu at the end where, we see the paparazzi get in the way. And but the big moment for me, though, was, did you see when Montez hit that? Oh, no, I'm sorry, you didn't watch.
I did not watch the match.
Montez hit a big front flip over Sami Zayn onto Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And then I want to say, Angelo Dawkins does like a spine buster, tags Montez back in. He does a springboard. Frog splash is from the heavens, and that frog splash is so beautiful, dude.
That frog splash is insane.
He usually climbs up the top rope and does like a bigger moment, but he did it really quick, like a big springboard, pop, pop, 1, 2, bam, got him.
It's because that man is athletic as hell,
just like his wife.
Yo, they're perfect. Yeah, Street Profits are dope, man.
Dude.
They're head and tails above.
And then you can see they're dragging out the whole match, the rematch with them versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I think that's going to happen maybe at WrestleMania because that seems to be the current storyline that they're pushing. I don't think they're going to put another tag team in that position unless it be Otis and
Chad. They'll probably end up doing like a 3-way match or a match like New Day versus them, something like that.
Man, If I'm going to talk about something that I really enjoyed throughout SmackDown was that segment with Seth Rollins and Cesaro, dude.
Okay, so
what was up with Cesaro coming out just like with no shirt, bro?
Straight up on some European, like I'm the best cool guy ever. Like maybe he forgot his shirt backstage. Like, yo, you're on right now. Ah, shit, let me just go. Yeah, I mean, they just rushed him out.
And Seth comes in, he's like, oh, you know what, Cesaro, you're missing something. It's called Killer Instinct. And he tells Cesaro that he needs to embrace the vision. Now, this was the funniest moment of the night for me. Cesaro swings Seth so damn hard that he knocks his Burlington Coat Factory tuxedo top off. Like, he's swinging the shit out of this guy, man.
So I saw this about 10 minutes ago. And he, like, stops with the swing, looks around, swings him again.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep on going. Screw this. And then, the top flies off.
Yeah, man, it was great.
Good for Seth, though, for, like, stepping up and wanting to, like, do this.
These two are going to be excellent together. I look at Cesaro as, like, a modern-day Bret Hart.
I could see that.
Like, think about it. It's like modern-day Bret, modern-day Shawn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You have Cesaro, who's like a wrestling perfectionist, and you have and Seth Rollins, somebody that's this high flyer, kind of hybrid athlete to where he can do technical stuff, but at the same time, like, he really can carry a match. He can do submission holds. He can, do all kind of strikes. He does all kind of crazy shit, man. So it's like, I think they're going to really put on a show.
Good. Cesaro needs one.
Yeah.
He needs that.
You think they could have that singles match at WrestleMania?
I would love to see that.
I mean, it's 2 nights.
I don't want to see it at Fastlane.
Neither do I. That's like 2 weeks or like
I don't want to see that there. Please don't put that one on Fastlane unless it becomes the match of the night.
Yeah, and that could happen.
Then I'll retract my statement.
Match of the night during SmackDown for me was Daniel Bryan versus Jay Uso, where we found out that if Bryan won that match, he would get a title shot at Fastlane.
You know what? I did not see the ending coming. I did not.
The count out?
Yes, I did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
I was actually.
Jay was giving him that work.
No, well, I mean, Jay. Look, the last time we saw Jay, he was eliminating people in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I mean, he eliminated KO.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Eddie. He showed some a different side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm okay with Jay. Jay is dope.
Yeah.
And Jay, you know what I mean? He's very convincing. If you come from Sacramento and you know Samoans, he's very convincing with his talk.
100%.
So yeah, but I felt like the count out was perfect.
And then we saw Roman Reigns get in the ring and he applies the guillotine choke to Daniel Bryan.
I mean, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? This is what you do when you're Scar. You know what I mean? You make sure, you know what I mean? You come in, you know what I mean?
Gotta shut it down.
Gotta shut it. Yeah, I'm all right with that too. Look, heel Roman is my favorite Roman.
Me too.
Heel Roman
I
is
might end up buying a Roman Reigns shirt, man.
Head of the table?
Like, that's where it's at.
I'm not mad at that.
So we found out that it's going to be Jay Uso versus Daniel Bryan in a steel cage match next week on SmackDown.
And I am here for it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm even here for the interference. Because I'm sure there's going to be some. There has to be. Paul Heyman's going to pull out a key or something like that.
There's going to be something.
There's something has to
It won't be clean.
No, it won't be clean.
But I think he'll ultimately get that match.
Yeah. I think so too.
All right, so let's talk about our wrestlers of the week, man. Is there anybody that you had that clearly stood out as your wrestlers of the week?
Okay, my wrestlers of the week. I could pick 1 to
3, up to 3.
Okay, Rey Fenix is number 1.
Okay.
Dexter Loomis has to be number 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually go with Britt Baker.
Ooh, okay.
For number 3. Those 3 alone, savage. Yeah. I'm feeling all 3 of them, how they handled themselves in the ring. Whatever matches they were on this week, you need to go back and watch them. They made everything for me.
Okay. My wrestlers of the week, I have several.
Okay.
First, Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Because what you did on Monday Night Raw made me completely tune in. I was completely drawn to what you did. Second,
Take your time.
I'm taking my time because I want this one to make sense. Cameron Grimes. Because you carried NXT for me so much, dude. Like the whole segment where you recalling the whole $1 Billion Man thing. Everybody, like, if you're an old school wrestling fan, you know that segment, and it's just great. And the fact that you're bringing that to life and you're actually feuding with someone that's like not even wrestling anymore, like it's freaking great. And if I was to pick a third, it would be a tie between Apollo Crews and Rey Fenix.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
And the reason being because I really like the character development that they're doing with Apollo Crews and him actually getting that chance to display himself, or at least what we believe as himself, and him getting the proper TV time. They gave him a ton of time just to talk. Yeah,
he had almost 3 minutes of just talk.
Just him by yourself.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And this is on Fox, dude. This ain't just like, Impact Wrestling is on Access TV where nobody's watching. Like, this is on Fox. They're giving him the ball.
Yeah, and he did a damn good job too.
And the reason why I picked Rey Fenix is because I was just so damn impressed with that main event.
Because Rey Fenix is the man.
And he's been on such a run, dude. It's like I try not to be biased, but I really enjoy his style of wrestling.
No, Rey, yeah. No, those are some pretty good picks, man. I'm not mad at that.
Match of the week. What'd you have, Bush?
Match of the week, Lance Archer and Rey Fenix. Easily.
I love it.
Hands down the match of the week. Like, I could watch that match right now and I'd be happy. I would watch it 2 weeks from now and I'd be happy.
I had 2. And they both come from AEW. I'm not going to hold on to it. Lance Archer and Rey Fenix, and Britt Baker and Nyla Rose. This is going to be the first time that I actually mention a women's match as my match of the week, because this match was fire, dude. If you guys didn't watch it, just please go watch, because these 2 matches on Dynamite were enough to not only keep your attention, but they told a story the whole time where you're just like, I had no idea who was going to win either of these matches.
Yeah, I definitely did not have.
I thought Britt Baker was going to win, and I thought Phoenix was going to win. I was wrong completely.
Yeah, same here. Ray Phoenix, I actually did have Lance, but I felt like they were going to have Ray Phoenix, like, go off.
Yeah, and he did.
And then Britt Baker and Nyla Rose, I mean, last time I saw them both, they were both heels. So I didn't know who to pick.
Right.
And they both showed out, and they were both dope. So I don't blame you on that either.
If you had to pick a best show of the week, who would it be?
AEW. AEW, hands down, overall, front to back, beginning to end, dope. John Moxley segment all the way to the last match. Everything was good on that. The young Buck segment with their dad. There's
the Sting segment with Darby.
Sting with Darby.
Yeah.
Like, and I tuned in for Paul White. And he wasn't even on the show.
Yeah, we tuned in to find out what was going on with Paul White. All they gave us was like a very small news snippet, basically the same information that we reported earlier to you guys. So
I tuned in for that.
There was none of that, but we tuned in and saw an amazing show, which leads me to reveal my pick, Dynamite as well. This week's Dynamite was fire, like just straight up. There is no match that was bad. Everything was entertaining, and it was one of those moments where I just had to put my phone down and just watch.
Yeah, it was that damn good. It was a good overall show. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I got. I mean, other than that, yo, man, Ray Phoenix is my dude.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I love this. I love the road to WrestleMania. I love everything that's going on in this current state of wrestling. And this has just been a fun ride. Now, this is going to pretty much wrap up this week in wrestling. What do you got going on, Bush, that people can tap into and check out if they wanted to find out more with you?
Just hit me up at on my Instagram, Twitter. Hit me up on Jabroni Bros if you want.
At Jabroni Bros Pod, JABRONI BROSPOD. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. I'm probably going to make a Facebook page soon. We'll be on TikTok doing all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I just discovered TikTok. Well, I didn't just discover it, but I just started actually using it, and it's been nothing but fun on there. And, you know, I like cutting promos and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, man. And you know what? We've been actually thinking about getting on Twitch. So, guys, if you guys are feeling what we're talking about, we've been thinking about doing like maybe some live streaming during pay-per-views, and you guys can get like our instant reaction, and maybe even streaming while we're recording the podcast itself if you guys want to see more in depth, and if you guys really just want to interact with us. So let us know if that's something that you guys are interested in. And again, like, I really appreciate everybody that's been supporting us, especially like my boy. I'm gonna shout out my boy Manny. This is one of my best friends, man. My best friend, Manny. This guy has been literally retweeting everything that we post on the Jabroni Bros, whether it be on the Instagram, whether it be on the Twitter, man. Like, yo, I really appreciate you supporting us, man. Shout out to Cello too, dude.
Yeah, Cello, man. That dude, he really be following and you know, trying to interact and everything.
Yeah.
He has a podcast as well.
We got to show you some love too.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of people out here that are really supporting us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Without our supporters, we literally would be nothing. And yeah, this is only episode 7, but we have a lot of big plans coming up for you guys, and eventually we're gonna end up doing our own Patreon. So if you guys want to be like, you know, really be there for us to support us and help us take the production level to the next level, maybe we can start doing some more green screen stuff. Maybe we can give you guys some more footage throughout the week, so you're not only waiting for the once a week show.
I'll cut a personal promo.
Yeah, man. And we'll even maybe do something like include you guys on the show credits as, you know, a producer of the show. So if that's something that you guys are interested in,
let us know.
Yeah, shoot us a message. And, you know, we've been thinking about building up an email list as well, so you guys get the first drops on what we're going to be doing with the Jabroni Bros and moving forward.
Yep.
So yeah, once again, if you guys want to follow me, you can find me at JustFresh916. You can find my brother Mati Bush at
Mati Bush 916. It's Mati, not Matey, not maybe. You know what I mean? Not mahogany. It's Mati Bush.
Shout out to the guy that was in our DMs on Instagram that was trying to follow. Yeah, and then you didn't follow us back. Yeah, bro, you got blocked real quick.
Blocked, son.
We don't do that around here.
We don't do that around here. We don't do the follow for follow.
Either you a fan or you're not, bro.
Yo, man, you're a supporter or you're not a supporter. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm a beautiful man, baby, and I don't have time for the ugliness. We don't have time for that.
Not one bit. All right, folks. My name is Just Fresh.
My name is Monty Bush.
We are the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.